Gentrification, right?
Okay. Take it basically going in the lower income neighborhoods and taking their homes from the older people that's been staying there their whole life, basically.
Yeah, that's basically.
Okay.
You want to define it first?
No, not necessarily define it, because I'm trying to reach the people that have the most energy that want to make a change.
Yeah, I know, but so they.
I don't want to use the word gentrification too much. I ain't trying to really
I
use
know
the
you
word
don't.
too much, but gentrification does mean
Gentrification.
gentrification is basically going into a neighborhood that somebody else want, and you don't have the money, and well, you don't have the money because probably the neighborhood is older,
Right.
and you want it to look newer.
Right. So it says the process of renovating and improving a house or district so that it conforms to middle class taste.
Okay,
Right.
but middle class taste. When you say middle class taste and you use that word, automatically the disadvantage and the low income,
Right.
that's not them.
Right.
But if this person, this is somebody's grandmother or older person that's been owning this house
Most of the
their
time
whole
it's a
life
old.
and
Yeah.
raising kids out of this house
Yeah.
their entire life.
Right.
So when you decide to make a decision on somebody else's home or property because you want to do something else with it, and it requires them to have a certain amount of money to stop it, then at that very point, they've lost their home because they don't have the money
Right.
and you control the permits and things of that sort to get it towards middle class, per se, like how you want it.
Right.
And that excludes them from that just because they don't have the money to get it up to that code.
Right.
But that's only another way of taking somebody's property because you want it and you have a vision for their property that they paid for in the time period that they paid for it. That was the cost. So you jacking the price up of their property, of your vision of what you want their property to be. But
Right.
that's not the way it's supposed to be, because if that's the case, then that could happen to anybody.
Yeah. That's true.
So when the city gets together, whatever their process may be, and they decide that they want to do something, they have a vision for your property after you bought it, then you never really own it. You never really own it anyway.
Right.
But there's another way of the residue of what black people as a whole, what we went through.
Right.
When they freed slaves or the emancipation, they created laws, renamed it so they could get the same control they had.
Right.
So until they can pass laws, we can go through that process. But until we understand exactly what's going on in the common thread and line that's running through all of this, then we're not going to be able to change it. The energy alone is not what's necessary. Is not going to do it.
Right.
But what I'm saying in Raleigh and North Carolina is this: you got examples from other cities of people trying to make moves. Tion Charlemagne, the NIP situation, where they suggesting of going to Congress with the opportunity zone, or giving you the opportunity for the community to get their own property.
Yep.
Now, the platform that they have, the good that they're using it for, maybe we don't have. Do we have all those people out here? I'm not going to call out no names.
No, we don't have anybody.
We do have those people out here.
We do.
I don't want to call out no names because I don't want to, create no situation.
Right.
Or maybe you don't know.
Yeah, because I'm not really from Raleigh.
Well, I'm gonna give you a brief of that. We have John Wall. We have P.J. Tucker. We have David West.
Right.
We have we have people that have platforms.
Right.
Not necessarily holding them responsible, but if you thought we didn't, we do.
But they don't have those kind of platforms. They just
It's not necessarily.
they can gain that platform, right?
A platform could be many different things. It doesn't have to be basketball. It doesn't, But what it does require is a willingness and a want to understand what's going on in your own city and knowing you can make a difference. That's what that's. So It's happening right now, and it might be happening to somebody I'm talking to.
But you only name basketball players.
I was just giving you an example because you said you may not know nobody that.
Because there's baseball players too that are from around here.
Okay, so but
And football players.
it's a couple things that need to happen. People that have a platform that's connected to this area need to, if you're not knowledgeable, surround yourself or get somebody that is knowledgeable and understand the process. That way, you can get, put a bill together and get on that same path so we can stop this. Because if not, then it won't stop.
Right.
Whenever they decide they want to be somewhere and they want something, they're going to do the same thing, and they're going to create a language and they're going to create a situation where they can take it from you until you understand. And then you're going to stonewall yourself because you don't understand what's going on. And by the time you figure it out, it's going to be too late. Because they're working and changing these things because they know they're creating the language to change it.
Right.
But as they're creating the language to change it, it never changes. It's the same play.
Right.
So what I'm saying is this, get involved to the sense where you know the steps to make a change. The energy and the talk alone doesn't do it. You have to know the process, and what I mean by that is understand the history, that they've done this before, how they did it, with the language, gentrification. The next word may be gentrification.
Right.
But it's going to be the same thing.
Right.
I'm going to take what I want and change the language because I'm always banking on the fact that black people are ignorant.
Right, they do.
I'm always banking on that fact. And it's working.
They do.
It's
yeah.
working. So, for the people that's directly affected, it's, when you go to church and you tell the preacher and you tell whoever, sometimes even those people don't understand the process of bucking something or opposing something that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not hard. You just got to stay in tune and keep up with the language. Because that's all they're doing is just switching the language, but still in the land. Still in what not the change, still in the land.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing that they promised to you, if you get on it, they come and steal it.
Right.
So if they gave you the 40 acres and a mule, they would just rename some language and come back and get it anyway. So that I could bet on them giving it to you, because if you don't understand the knowledge behind what's going on, then I will give it to you. And then just come back and take it.
Right.
Get you comfortable, and I can definitely bank on black people not sticking together. That's a fact.
Right.
So, even in the house, your brother, your sister, when the money come into play,
They don't stay together either.
I can divide you very easily with that simple tool.
That's sad.
So you really gotta understand and stand on morals and principles that's priceless, is not for sale.
Right.
Because if not, then the further they push you out, it's more expensive to be pushed out, and then this trickles down and manifests itself through your kids and how you can lose them in this gang violence. It's all connected.
Right.
And now you're wondering why you got gang violence in what appears to be suburban neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
These are the same kids that's from what we call the jets, projects.
Right.
They giving vouchers where they can live in different houses, but they do understand one thing. That there's no connection between the kid and the parent to understand what's going on overall.
Okay.
It's the same one. So I'm just saying, not only stay awake, but be connected. And, do whatever it takes to understand this to the core to make a change. And that's the only way it's going to stop.
Gentrification, right?
Gentrification. But not only gentrification, look for the next big word. But with the same result.